Hello there! Fastcast number 6. Whew! Not nearly enough has been out. But, not much has changed recently, though. So, not much to say. Ain't that a bummer. But one new development is we got a second monthly contributor on the site, the Red Prime Shard. Yeah, I know, how can there be two Reds? Well, Shard's Diamonds, two different teams, I guess, so technically, you can have two Reds. Other than that, not much else has changed in the site. Just posting trying to achieve a daily post. Hopefully get some names out there. But it's been good, the writing's been fun. It's been helping some people, a little outlet for them. Other than that, who have I got today? Well, she used to be called T-McBee, now it's Loco-Laranja. The topic was supposed to be about animation, but we ended up talking about the art world in general a lot. But we had a really good time, actually. And the interview ran quite a bit, so I'm not really going to delay much. It's going to be long enough already. Let's just get right into it. Hey, back again. Yes, after a break, which probably didn't have a song. I'm here with someone from the old gang. Introduce yourself, why don't you?
I'm Loco-Laranja. I think that's the best I can do. Wait a minute. Banjo-Kazooie and Smash! Yeah, we missed E3. Maybe we can talk a bit of that.
Maybe.
Well, even though there really isn't much to talk about, sort of, I think pretty much a lot of people on the internet discussed about it.
Well, for those of you who don't know, yes, you used to do the legit animation blog and podcast.
Yeah, well, what can I say? That was a thing.
Yep.
And time has moved on.
The artist formerly known as T-McBee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I just decided to change my name just because, I think, T-McBee was sort of like an older name, or older username I just didn't care about anymore, so I think I wanted to find a different name that maybe associates with my art and drawings, I guess.
You mean as opposed to being associated with alcohol?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, that's... I don't know what else to top it off.
It's just a...
horrible intro. Good night, everybody.
I'll settle down now. That's just saying hi. Whew.
Yeah.
What we're actually here to talk about is something you do know. The beautiful world of animation.
Well, animation, cartoons, yeah. It's more of a enthusiasm feel, like that enthusiasm thing I do appreciate being a thing in our society, just because, I like to see things as a work of art. No, even if it's the things that you see, like gaming, has animation involved, so pretty much people who think animation, it's just for kids. Well, I say
South Park.
South Park.
Animation domination,
Yeah.
That's kind of an American thing. Animation is for kids.
Yeah, or a North American thing, because it's just an easier way to, maintain that, or produce that product for a younger audience, because, the younger audience have more time. Of course, that's usually the reason. That's one of the reason, and, sometimes it's money, but I'm not going to lie that there is passion involved. Just, have to find the right companies to do so.
Concept art for anything in a game, that does take passion and talent. It's a much grander project than people realize.
Yeah, I agree. You have no idea the amount of work people put. And, when people criticize something, sometimes it's best to look at it first and see what you think before criticizing it. So, but I know in the world of internet, it's a whole can of worms. So that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get involved.
You're an artist yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, of course I do. Even though it's a struggle, I do like to continue with that. And artists are different. Not everybody will do, cartoony style. Some of them will do work from observation stuff, life drawing, and so forth. So I will agree that when I see something, it's a work that, art is everything. Somebody made it. So Heck, some people may even consider a chair to be a piece of art. It can be, depending on how it's presented.
Well, yeah, it took an artist to think, maybe there's a better way to sit than on a rock.
Or you could go quite out there by having a orange urinal painted. So, I think art historians will get my reference there. So,
everything is art.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
What have you been up to for the last 4 years?
Oh, 4 years? Okay, I don't want to go that far.
2 years since the last time we've seen you on the internet.
Okay, well, I think people who have followed me lately know that I mostly am on Instagram. So I've been posting a lot of art, sketches, doodles, anything that comes in mind or whatever's. Sometimes my works are has an all range kind of thing. Like sometimes it can be for an all age thing. It could be like digital art, cartoony. To something that could be something for, I don't want to say risque or offensive, but like that kind of like more. And I don't want to say like stuff that maybe an older audience may go for, maybe like social commentary humor at times. So I try to mix things up with my works of art. And this I present.
I take it you're an advocate of no censorship, then?
Well, I do have my limits. So, there are some people who will get, I don't want to say, let's say it's a thing that's not for them. So I do have to be careful with what I present, especially on Instagram. So I notice it's kind of like Facebook, sort of. You have to be careful with what you post, so.
Instagram for pictures in a 4:3 ratio.
Actually, but you know what? It's a platform I still use, and I get more followers there compared to other platforms. Like I used to use Tumblr. I still have it, but I don't post much as of late. So unless if it's like maybe certain fan arts, and that's about it. But no, I do have a limitation when it comes to presenting my work. I would not post everything that I show. So, and I just show whatever like people want to see or things that is presentable, I guess that's the best way I can say.
It's Tumblr not too long ago, I think last year, just decided to wipe out any adult content on the website.
Oh no, yeah, I am aware of that. Yeah, and I was like, this is kind of weird. But then it's kind of ironic that they post some things that are far more offensive than nudity. So I don't know. It's a weird double-edged sword. I know I don't want to get into this like weird topic that we want to discuss because it could lead to I don't want your podcast to lead into controversies.
You let me worry about controversies. That's weird though, because Tumblr used to straight up advertise, "We welcome everything."
Yeah, and just a lot of porn stuff. So maybe it's because of that. I guess.
Yeah, they probably got sick of that reputation.
Yeah, I think that might have been the case. So, but then the thing is that if anybody does like fan art that has a lot of that, they just I don't know if they will they ban the artist or ban the work or they can't show it. I don't know the whole details because I just haven't been on there for a while.
Yes, the old "it's not risque, it's art" argument.
Yeah. So.
But we're not here to talk about naked people. We're here to talk about animation.
Yeah. But then again, artists do like to draw naked people.
Yeah, that's yes.
Sort of. Sorry, I had to throw in that Animaniacs bit a bit.
It's a true thing. That's a huge history in it for some reason.
Yeah. But then again, you have to learn life drawing in some ways, and, sometimes it's best to know your human anatomy in order to do character design.
Did they make you draw that in art school?
What, figure life drawing? Of course. Like, if you want to get into, certain fields like animation or illustration, you need to have, good works for that. And it wasn't easy, for sure, so... Sometimes it can take time, and others can be quick learners and can get certain better jobs with that. Though it all depends. Like, I guess it depends on the situation the person is in.
Still sounds icky, though.
At first, I was a little afraid. Like, I was like, really? Like, because I've never done it before. But then you get used to it. It's like, oh, a man has a thing, a woman has these, whatever. It's human.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, going on. But for now, lately I've just been like focusing, putting more quality into my digital art pieces, going through my original characters from some webcomics I've made in the last few years. Now I'm just taking those characters and just presenting them differently this time around. And I participated in a promptless art thing called June Tune, where you just follow a prompt list of day 1, day 2, and just draw a recognizable cartoon character that is associated with the word. So I've been doing that, and I just need to present those. Like, it's done. I just need to present those.
And to all the art listeners out there, stop crying. And to everyone else, wake up.
Oh, don't get me started with the art community. Like, well, it depends. But it depends on who you hang around with. Because I think every community has its ups and downs.
Well, it wouldn't be interesting if it didn't.
Yeah, that's true. But I would rather be one that is supportive and helpful, especially with art. Like, because people can be very sensitive when it comes to art. And I know at a younger age, I was like this. And eventually you learn over time that, it's a thing, it's an art thing you gotta do, have this balance of, like, put passion, but think of it like, what you're doing is work or business. So that kind of stuff does it kind of builds things slowly when it comes to being in that field. It's a struggle, yes, but you'll have to have a thick skin to have to get used to that, for sure.
'Tis the world of art in any form.
Yep, for sure.
Except maybe abstract art.
Well, I don't know. It depends.
I just don't get it. It seems just a bunch of random stuff people make up.
Yeah, I know it can be a little bit weird like that, so...
Like the famous artist who was famous for swinging around on a thing and throwing paint buckets at a giant canvas. Is that art, or is it just a heck of a good fun time?
I don't know, but I guess it depends. I think I know who you're referencing, maybe, but I don't know if I don't want to make that guess 100%. So
I'm not a fan of abstract. It just seems.
I understand. Abstract is not for everyone. Even I'm not crazy about it, but you know what? It's for an audience. Props to them for people who like it.
An audience who like to fill in blanks themselves.
Yeah. So you like to see something that's something recognizable.
I like to see something with a thought process.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yep. Come at me, I dare you.
I don't want to come at you. I'm gonna feel sorry for you if you do.
What about the animation, though? What have you been watching any good cartoons these days?
I do follow some animation content, yes. Lately, there's a few in mind, but I'll go brief on as much as possible. First would be the latest Disney show, Amphibia. It's an animated series, it's a comedy fantasy about a girl that comes into this world with, fantasy frog creatures. And I've seen, the first few episodes of it, and it's pretty fun. It's quite funny at some points, too. But it also builds up something a little bit interesting of how this girl, Anne, got into this weird world with these frogs around. So I feel like it's a combination of Gravity Falls mixed with Big City Green. It's another Disney TV show. So I feel like it's a combination of those two shows.
Big fan of Gravity Falls, I take it.
Because it has sort of this somewhat mystery involved, but it has but it's more fantasy element. Another one is I'm probably gonna butcher the pronunciation for this, but Agretico. I watched season 2 of it, and I don't know if it's it's good. I don't know if I consider it better than the first one, but it's still an enjoyable watch overall. And let's see, oh man, what else? That might be it. Like the other shows I've seen, like I've already that kind of aired lately. I've kind of seen them already, like DuckTales season 2, like a little more of that, and I still watch it. It's still good.
Duckweed, woo!
Yep. What else? I tried watching. I think I tried to continue watching She-Ra season 2, like the new She-Ra reboot. Like, I didn't mind the first one, like, it wasn't bad. But I think eventually I stopped. I don't know why. Probably just didn't have the time to watch everything in one sitting.
That reminds me of a lot of stuff. What do you think about reboots that drastically change the art style?
Oh. I know at first you're like, I don't know how this is going to work or if this is going to please the older fans, but I think you have to kind of, like, see what the show's going to be. Like, when it's on air before, that's still in production, and then you're gonna, like, judge it right away, jump to conclusions. So, like, I like to give shows a chance. Like, with DuckTales, like, the DuckTales reboot, I was, like, on board with it. Like, the artwork looked pretty good. I think I was somewhat skeptical about the voice cast. So, like, trying to promote more of that into, like, their stuff before the show aired. Yeah. But overall, but then when it came on air, like, I was like, you know what, this is pretty good. Like, it's taking, like, the DuckTales reboot is taking elements from not just the 80s cartoon, but also the comics, and then it's making its own thing. It's making its own adaptation, and it's by far the only one that I like. Like... Ooh. The other, like, as a good one. Like, the others are, like, it's either I have no interest in it, like, maybe I have no connection, like the Ben 10 reboot. I've heard negative comments about it, but I didn't grow up with Ben 10 that much, so
I didn't even like the original Ben 10. Come on.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Okay.
I don't know, I always just had a stigma about cartoons that tried to be ultra serious and look like anime.
So... would you say the same thing for Avatar? No, I'm just kidding. But I know that one gets a lot of love. Like, and
that would be an understatement. How much love that gets.
Yeah, but it's still a good show from what I've seen. Like,
I remember in middle school somebody pointing out a parallel to the Pokemon anime. There's the girl who's good with water, the guy with lady issues, the 10-year-old, 11-year-old protagonist.
Oh, really?
And then throughout the show, they go from city to city trying to collect something and always run into the town in distress.
Really?
It's a bit of a stretch, yeah, but that wasn't interesting.
Yeah, kind of a stretch. Or you could say it just has some similar tropes. But, yeah.
You know what I find interesting when you say anime? Because in America, they say anime means Japanese cartoon, but in Japan, they say anime means animation. They'll refer to Avatar as an anime.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nah, wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just see anime, that's made in Japan.
Yeah,
you can take anime influences in Western cartoons, for sure.
That's a Western thing, yeah. Which is ironic, because the Japanese don't have that saying.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't know that much about it, but...
To them, it just means animation, or it's an art style thing. So, yeah, they refer to Avatar as an anime.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
That's weird. But we've had this disagreement before, because you were never a fan of the Japanese animation.
Well, I didn't... Well, actually, there was a point where I did like anime. Like, I did like a lot of anime in the past. I think probably because I grew up studying arts, and you know how, you hear probably, students who go to art school and like, oh, teachers and instructors don't want you to learn anime, or they have a hatred against anime. Well, there's a reason for that, because one, There's not a lot of fields that study this in the western part of the world, so like Canada and the States. And second, anime has a different way of designing and rendering compared to the western, things that you study in the States and Canada. And we have to use a lot of like study things through observant stuff and 3-dimensional works, like even doing a lot of studies and in order to get a good career and have a good portfolio. So that's the reason why instructors are like that.
So many times on the old website you'd say I have no interest in anime anymore.
Yeah. But I do. But the thing is, it's just keeping up. It's just keeping up with anime. How there's so many episodes for some animes, not all of them. But
26.
Yeah, but I think I just don't. It's just hard to find that time to find the right show to do that. And I guess maybe you have to listen. Since a lot of the anime shows can be a lot of dramatic stuff and just like action stuff and not action, but have more of these serialized stories that if you miss something you're kind of screwed in some cases, sort of like watching a drama show. If you jump into any drama show or an episode of a drama show, I think you're pretty much screwed. You're like, what's going on? Who's this person? So I feel like it might be the same for me, well, at least nowadays. So that's why, and the only anime I watch is Agoresico. Like, that's the only one. Probably just because of its cutesy art style, and I don't know, I think I can relate to, a character. I think a lot of people can relate to a character that's in a really mundane job, an accountant. So...
I remember you did jump on the Attack on Titans bandwagon, though.
Oh, did I do that?
Yeah.
Did I, I remember going okay with it, but then I think I lost interest afterwards. I think that was the point where I'm like, I don't know if I can watch anime nowadays. I don't know. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, there's anime for everyone.
Yeah, but you know what? If people but you know what? I have nothing against people liking anime. If you like anime, go ahead. Nothing is stopping you.
You just prefer the cartoons.
Yeah, and and I could say maybe it's the same thing. I can even say the same thing for gaming. It's been tough for me to find some interest in latest games. And also finding the time. But I still play. I still have my older consoles. I still play a few of them, even though I don't play all of them because I kind of sold half of my games and just to make some petty money and stuff.
You sold them for more art supplies.
Well, that and also digital, buy my subscription for digital art, which I think I might change in the future, but for now I'll just leave it to that.
Leave it to Beaver.
Leave it to Beaver, yes. Leave it to Beaver.
Well, it's alright. We're kind of at the era where keeping up with games is not the smart move.
Yeah, because of the whole,
DLC.
Yeah, and also there's, the loot boxes, and it's really insane. Even gamers will admit that, and also, the free-to-play stuff, so there is some, once again, the gaming, all of it is not bad, but there is some, but when it comes to some marketing, I'm not gonna say names, but there is some controversies going on as of late.
Here's the general pattern. The big game comes out, everyone buys it and explodes about glitches, then a couple months later, they patch it out and the price drops. That's when you buy it.
Yeah, or you just wait, or,
Yeah, I mean,
unless if we can afford it. That's probably...
Gonna say, don't gotta be the newest. I know one member on the site will tell you PlayStation 3 right now is prime time, because the games are at their cheapest.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's true.
Get a lot of them for, less than $8.
Oh, wow. Probably might be more here in Canada because of taxes, so...
And conversion rates.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that too. Like, like game conferences are like, oh, $60 price gaming, or like people who are into gaming in the States. Well, thank goodness you're not living in Canada, because a lot of the games cost like $80. So, because I don't know why, probably taxes and exports or something. So, but that's what, and that kind of stopped me from getting new consoles and stuff for a while because of it. So, and like when I heard that, like I decided to play more PC games. Though I haven't played much as of late, but I remember buying more PC on Steam. So,
well, it actually makes sense because games here at new are $60, and 80 Canadian is roughly $60, 46 cents US.
yeah, so that might be the thing. Yeah,
It's conversion rates.
Mm-hmm.
I think the brand new ones are 100 in Australia.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel sorry for the Australians.
Hi, Kaiser.
Oh yeah, hello Kaiser. So.
A lot of popular cartoons ending lately, like Adventure Time.
Oh, that ended a while back. Well, I watched bits of that show. Like, I did like it at first, but I guess it was hard for me to keep up with it. But I've heard like people are I think were alright with the finale. Like some were a bit mixed with it, but I heard some people liked it overall.
That show would secretly be serious and adult.
Yeah. Well,
one episode saved the princess from the evil wizard. Next episode, evil wizard is actually this noble man who is trapped in a spell. Oh, how tragic.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just cartoons nowadays. They just want to add a lot more grounded material, or balance it at least, because it probably connects to the newer generation.
Some say TV shows in general have just tried to up their quality to compete with the internet.
Well, I would say that too. Or some are just kind of mixing, like using apps instead for TV shows. So, like Cartoon Network, I think they promote more of their shows through their app rather than on their actual network. But I don't know about that 100%. So I just
I don't even have cable. I mostly watch YouTube, Hulu, and Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I think a lot of people. Well, I still have access to cable, so I've seen some shows, not everything. Like there are some changes have to be made. So I'm able to watch a couple of channels to catch up with these with some of these shows. So
you watch The Loud House?
I have, but I'm not as crazy about it as a lot of people are. I don't know. It's a fine show. Like, there's nothing bad about it. Like, I still think it's. I don't know. It's just a fine show. Like, it's not really my cup of tea though. So, but when I see it on, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, if I can't find anything else to watch.
It's getting a spinoff.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of shows are getting a spinoff these days.
The Casa Grandes.
Yeah, there's that, and apparently SpongeBob is getting some spin-off shows.
Seriously?
So, yeah. Oh, you didn't hear?
No.
I think it is getting a few I don't know if it's just one spin-off, and some people are very mixed about it, especially with the passing of Steven Hillenburg, and he really didn't want that for the series, so I don't know. We'll see what Nickelodeon has for this idea for SpongeBob. So yeah, some people are kind of salty about that, which I can't blame them. So especially from a creator who wanted to go against that kind of idea. So
and there's also rumors they're gonna bring back Rugrats with a live-action movie.
That I don't know how that's gonna work, but
oh gosh, it'll be the next Baby Geniuses.
No, don't make that comparison. Please don't.
We're gonna have babies with CG mouths.
Let's see what they have, and then we'll come to
a baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, what about that new? I know this is kind of old, like a month old or 2 months. I don't know when this trailer come out. What are your thoughts on the Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer?
that.
That
Gosh, how many people have exploded in reaction to that?
Oh, so many, and I've seen a lot of videos about it. Oh, jeez.
I honestly was kind of not really believing it was happening, and then the trailer came out. I'm just like, wow, this'll be a meme.
Well, it pretty much is already, but
Why is Gangster's Paradise?
that too. I don't know why, but okay.
Yeah.
But I've heard like there's gonna be fixes of the redesign for Sonic, which
that's okay.
I wish the animators luck on that, because if they pull that off like in a few months before the release date of the movie, man.
You know, the Sonic design wasn't even my biggest concern about the trailer.
Oh, really?
No. My concern it was going to do that old routine where this human person that is the main character in Sonic's just the sidekick, like they always do.
Yes, that's usually a common thing for these live-action films, like
the Smurfs movie.
Yep. Can't believe I saw that in theaters. I was forced to watch it, so, that's the reason why I saw that film. That trend is, like,
Yeah, sorry.
Detective Pikachu? Well, that one...
I saw it. It actually is a good movie, but Detective Pikachu is not the main character.
I've heard mixed stuff about it, especially from the live actors, or the live-action actors, so...
They're the main character. Well, that guy is.
That guy!
The son of the detective who was working with Pikachu. But it was actually a good movie, believe it or not.
I can imagine it would be like not perfect, but at least like a fun movie.
They did a lot of research, threw in a lot of Easter eggs fans of Pokemon will like.
Yeah, so you have to give that credit with how much they worked on that, especially taking like creatures that are so like you wouldn't picture in this world. So it worked. They surprisingly pulled it off.
Yeah. There's a scene where just a random Lickitungu's walking around a train licking people.
Ugh. Oh, well, I know he does that, so...
I want to know what becomes of this Lickitung that no one owns, who's just on the train all day. Make that a spin-off.
No. No.
Yeah, it evolves into a Licky and becomes conductor. Make it happen.
Oh, no. No, that'll lead to some Rule 34 ideas, no.
Although, I will say, when I saw it, I did light up a little when they did a Pokemon Stadium reference.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I won't spoil that.
That's fine. There's actually, to be honest, I haven't really watched a lot of movies as of late, so I'm quite behind in the latest movies.
I've missed a lot of movies that people think everyone watched, and I won't. Oh yeah, never watched Star Wars, Star Trek, or Pirates of the Caribbean. That's just kind of my thing, as I don't keep up with movies in any form.
Yeah, no, there are some movies that but I think that's a common thing for a lot of people. Like, I haven't seen some movies that people are really into. Maybe just because I have no interest in them. That's one of the main reasons. And second, maybe I've never heard of it. But I kind of had like those reacting surprises when somebody was like, I never saw Secret of Nymph. And I'm like, you haven't seen Secret of Nymph?
No, I haven't.
Well, that's okay. But there could be a time where you may find the chance to watch it. So you may never know. So
yeah, just a trip to the theater is a bit out of the way.
Yeah, and yeah, I just don't like. First of all, it's just kind of hard to find somebody find friends or people that are available to watch, like, movies, first of all, so. No. And I know, the past couple experiences of me going to a movie theater has been kind of mixed. So, and I guess the movies that I've seen were kind of, like, mediocre at best. So
I'm just really, really sick of superhero films right now.
I think a lot of people. I think there's that one side that is definitely fed up of it for sure. No, yeah, I will admit it is very oversaturated.
I'm not
But
saying they're bad films. I'm just tired of them.
yeah, no, no, that people will get you completely. You're not the only one. I'm very mixed about seeing so many of them, and I know it's for an audience that likes these things. That's fine. As a matter of fact, I wasn't really crazy about a lot of like superhero films. Like even as a kid, I would watch maybe like barely bits of that. Like maybe the only good animated show that was superhero related was Batman the Animated Series. That was like the only one I watched as a kid. So
I used to watch that, the Spider-Man animated series, and Static Shock a lot.
yeah. I definitely seen bits of the Spider-Man, the 90s Spider-Man for sure. Because my sister was more into those kinds of shows than I was. So, like, she likes more of anything that has action involved. So, but me, I'm like, I think I liked a mixture of a few things depending on what it is.
Well, when I was a kid, I was weird. I liked Spider-Man because his was the only mask that made sense.
Really? How so?
It actually covered the face. You couldn't guess who was in the costume.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
I'm like really OCD, so as a little kid, stuff like that bothered me.
Oh, okay. No, I hear ya. Yeah. At least you can breathe through it, so...
Yeah, I used to have a Spider-Man costume.
Yeah. No, I understand the love for Spider-Man. I mean, if I have a cousin that loves superheroes, especially Spider-Man, then I can understand your love for Spider-Man.
Probably why I also like the Power Ranger costumes.
Yeah, that too. They did cover the face completely. Yeah.
You couldn't even tell it was a Japanese show they dubbed over.
Yeah. And it's funny, you don't notice that as a kid, but then when you grow older, it's like,
Yeah, this fight scene has a drastically different quality camera.
Yeah.
And all the clamps on the helmets have disappeared.
Really? Oh.
And the Yellow Ranger changes genders during fight scenes.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Okay, off topic.
Yep.
But actually, that working on Power Rangers did get some of them starts in voice acting for anime and cartoons.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like Johnny Young Bosch, like that. He's probably the only one I know that has done, voice work.
Well, the guy who did Lord Zed, Robert Axel, something. He's done a lot of stuff you'd probably be familiar with.
Oh, okay. I'll probably have to check that up either later or maybe now. I don't know, but that could take some time if I do that now.
Cowboy Bebop, Big O. Oh yeah, he was in Digimon as Wizardmon and Armadillomon.
Okay. It's been a while since I watched. It's been years I watched Digimon, but I think I may know what.
Microchip and the Spider-Man.
Okay.
Scarface and Journey to the Heart of the World. Really?
Yeah. Oh, you're checking them now.
Yes, I was, because I'm like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch. I've actually met him. He's a really funny, real nice guy.
Yeah, I agree. I did met him too one year. I actually did like a funny fan art of like his familiar anime characters. I think it was Vash and Ichigo from Bleach.
Yes.
They were wearing like the Black Ranger masks. So it was a weird fan art, like this weird crossover. So, but he enjoyed it. He liked the humor that I put into it. So
I got a picture with him, and he signed a couple photos for me. One where he's holding one of his two Power Ranger helmets and saying "to morph" or "not to morph."
Oh, okay.
Holding it like the skull, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, his Q&A panels are like...
Yeah, he's a sweet guy, definitely, for sure.
Mm-hmm. His Q&A panels are like stand-up acts.
Oh, okay. It's been years I've gone to a Q&A panel, and normally I'm so on board with those back then, like when I used to go to a lot of conventions. But I think the last one I went, like a few years, or the latest one, well, not the latest one, but like when I went to Comic-Con in Niagara Falls, there was a Q&A panel with actors from Sailor Moon, like the Deke version, and not a lot of interesting questions were asked. So all the fans were just asked to do like quotes and stuff like that. I'm sure it's a thing, like more power to like the actors that can respond back to those things. I don't know. It just seemed like that there wasn't that much interesting stuff involved. So, but it could be just me getting older or something. But yeah, but hey, they can be a blast. They can definitely be a blast if you're up for it.
Mm-hmm. You gotta go there yourself to get the good questions in.
Yeah.
Last year at the panel, I asked John Youngbosch, why does he always want Adam to die in Power Rangers? Whole place started laughing.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm no fan, but
Every time he comes back, he asks, "Can Adam die?" They always say no.
Ouch. I don't know what's up with fans that can be so. I don't want to say toxic, but like can be so mean spirited sometimes. I know it's just for jokes and at times, but like, ouch.
He said it would just be cool to go out with a bang on the show.
I see.
Do you ever do any like animation yourself besides just drawing?
At the moment, no, but I have studied animation in the past through college. Even when I studied game development from 2012 to 2015, there was some animation I had to learn. But I was going more for doing modeling works than animation because there was like two. Because by the time when you go to second year, it was either you take modeling or animation. Modeling, you just do the model assets, and then for animation, you just do the animation part of it. But there was but by the third year, we were kind of forced to learn animation, modelers, and then the animators were forced to do modeling, and you can kind of tell which we were good at and which we weren't. So yeah, I've done a bit through college for sure. So I have some experience doing it, but I'm just a novice, or just it's not a strong field of mine to do that. That's why I've always go more for like the look of things or the aesthetic or the illustration part of it or design, rather than something that is more of the moving, taking a assets and making it move.
One thing I've wondered though, when you actually do learn the field, how does it change your view of like watching shows and stuff?
I guess it depends. Like, I guess it depends who you are. Like, if you do animation a lot, you're gonna notice certain things with like how things are moving with keyframes. So I may not have a massive knowledge of it, but I can tell, yeah, this probably needed more, or this does look choppy and weird. So maybe there's a or maybe it's like this because there's a budget thing involved. So as I think it's not just the knowing how it looks or seeing how it looks, but understanding why a movie has so much time and a lot of effort to put a lot of time and effort to put in the animation compared to a TV show, and it's usually for budget purposes. Maybe sometimes TV has less compared to a movie, but I guess it depends on the type of the company you're in. Like Disney for sure has a huge budget to do this, so their animations is going to be stellar, for sure. But if it's maybe just lower, they have to probably cut some corners, or maybe try to find ways to make a presentable movie. So I think you have to have this understanding of how certain things are being made when you see something and you have a. Yeah, I'm just trumbling with words, but I think people may get the idea that once you, once you learn knowledge or from pros or people who have experienced this, you have an understanding why a show is like this, why a game is like this, and sometimes it can run really well. Some of it can be a bit of development hell. So. And maybe you can understand why maybe a movie or a product isn't that 100% perfect, or it has some flaws. So I guess that's the best way I could describe it on the spot. So
Oh boy.
I think that's a lot of edits you probably have to do for that, or you could just leave it in.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's just being pulled on the spot on something that I've done. I know some of these things, but even though I'm not an animator, I do understand that. But I do understand that it takes a lot of work to be in that industry. So, and I've heard stories about it from other people. So I guess that's how I could explain that better.
You think it's just budget? Is why shows like Fairly Odd Parents or Arthur have such less impressive animation than they used to?
Well, or it could be that, or the amount of money the companies are giving them. Maybe that's probably that's one thing I've heard for sure. But there could be other reasons too. So some of it could be crunch time, and like especially for gaming industry for sure. Like that's another thing.
Have you seen the modern Arthur?
No, but I've heard it's done through Flash and digital now compared to traditional. And some people aren't on board with it.
I did watch it. I wanted to see the episode where the teacher got married.
Oh yeah.
They look a lot more still now, like less alive, kinda. It's like when one person's talking, they're moving, and everyone else is just frozen in place, and everything around them.
Yeah.
It's a lot less appealing than it used to look.
Yeah. But you could probably say the same thing from older stuff too. Like I remember even watching like earlier seasons of The Simpsons, like, you know, their background characters would be just stills at times, and they were like drawn awkwardly, but seeing that is kind of amusing if you look carefully at the background art for those episodes.
Yeah. It's something to ruin Modern Family Guy, they say. When one person's talking, everyone else is completely motionless.
Oh, I haven't been following Family Guy for a long time, so same thing with Simpsons. Like, I think a lot of shows have been around for like over 10 years at least.
30.
Yeah, that too. I just seem like it's a thing. I just moved on to watching other shows.
I tried to get back into The Simpsons lately. They keep sneaking in their political messages, and I don't like that.
Yeah. Really? Well, yeah, I heard they really cut down the budget on those shows. Like, even the music isn't that great because they fired the composer for the composer that did the works in the past. So, yeah.
He's probably out on the street asking for change. Poor guy.
I don't want to say that. I think he'll be fine.
We'll compose for a fruit roll-up.
Oh, no. Okay, but no, I don't want to go to that kind of talk.
No, realistically, with that kind of experience, he probably got picked up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, for sure. But the only show that I probably watched that's long-running was South Park was probably the only one, to be honest. Like, even though they did have their share of political humor and social commentary humor, at least they changed it up a bit.
South Park I'm okay with, because they put everyone equally. Everyone gets made fun of. They're not, like, straight up taking sides like the other ones are.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, and that's the reason why I watched South Park more and didn't mind it. But even the last few seasons were kind of like, okay, I know you're doing a more serialized kind of approach, and even like I think even the creators Trey and Matt weren't really on board with that for a while. So,
oh, you mean because they started a hashtag cancel South Park?
Well, no, even before that, when they did the whole like making Mr. Garrison as like a Trump figure, so and they were like
yeah, they messed up because they seriously thought Hillary Clinton was gonna win.
yeah, and that was a thing that.
So they had to quickly rewrite the ending of that story arc.
Oh yeah, I've heard the horror stories. I try to catch up with some of their current interviews on YouTube, so I am somewhat aware of what happened for sure. But even then, even their latest season, like it was fine. Like at least they did something different. I guess I just didn't laugh much as more, or maybe I just needed a break from South Park for a while. So I guess sometimes you your interests do change once in a while, for sure.
Well, yeah, nothing's funny forever.
Yep.
Except for me slipping on a banana peel and landing face first in a mop bucket. That'll always be funny.
Why? Why use, I don't know, paint? Oh, actually.
Well, just imagine that happening. See, you laughed.
Laughing at something else. I don't want to laugh at your pain.
The newest South Park season, the fans call it the season of surrender.
Really? So
the whole story arc is them just giving in. Yep, this is bad. Nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, I know. They did the whole hashtag part thing, and I felt like this has to be maybe a joke. It has to be, maybe. I kind of believed it, but I don't know. I think I'm kind of like in the shrugging shoulders, kind of like, I don't know.
Well, if you actually watched the last episode, Bike Parade.
I did, but I probably have to rewatch it again. So
that whole story arc, they're saying, how long are we gonna do this? Keep making of ourselves.
Yeah, that part I remember. So
you remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I can't believe I quoted that, but okay. So, but yeah, I like I said, like that's probably the only long-running cartoon show I have watched compared to or followed compared to the others. Like even something like SpongeBob, like even though like some of their middle seasons aren't that great, like I heard like season like 7 and 8 weren't that great, but I know like they're starting to bounce back and making decent episodes, though I prefer the first 3 seasons for sure.
See, I'm definitely on the minority with SpongeBob, because everyone says it used to be so great, now it's so not, but I was never like super blown away with SpongeBob. I always thought it was just okay, so when it dipped a little, it didn't really affect me at all. I enjoyed it pretty much the same.
Yeah, I can see that. I guess if you don't have a strong connection with it, like, yeah, you'll definitely feel it for sure.
I was there when it first came out. I do remember that.
Yeah. It took me a while. Like, I kind of was introduced to SpongeBob a little bit later. I don't know how I missed it or why, but I remember a neighbor, or an old neighbor of mine showed it to me, and, like, we were watching it at his birthday party or something. And I was like, you know what, this show's pretty funny. Like, how come I missed this show? And then for a while I was quite big on it. And then I guess maybe I just kind of lost interest for a while, especially with me going to college and studying. I guess I just didn't catch up with later seasons or the middle later seasons. And then when I had some time, I came to watch some of the newer seasons or seasons after 4 to the latest, and it's mixed. I mean, there's some that are good, and then some that's I was like, this is kind of boring. I'm sorry.
Only episode that really made me laugh out loud probably was the box one.
Oh yeah,
and Squidward's interacting with their sounds.
Yeah, okay, that one's a good one. I think
it's funny you mentioned college, because I was watching Disney's Recess on YouTube, and I'm reading comments of people saying, I'm in college now, why am I marathoning this?
Really?
Yeah, and the people are like, someone help, I'm supposed to be studying for an exam tomorrow.
That's people are just wanting attention. I've done something like that before in the past when I used to be on YouTube.
Yes, some people still cry for your return on YouTube.
I know, and I some of it I do appreciate the comments. Some of it I don't like.
You're kind of scared.
Kind of scared. But the thing is, it's just I moved on, and I was just burnt out and just lost interest. Unfortunately, I just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, and also some drama from the old site.
Yeah, we don't talk about that anymore. I don't want to get into that conversation. No, not in this recording.
No, maybe not ever.
Yeah, not ever.
Actually, that was leading up to a point, though. A lot of people talk about shows cartoons or whatever they used to love, but now not so much. Has that ever happened in reverse for you? Like I said, Disney's Recess, I didn't really like it as a kid because of how political it was, but I actually appreciate it a lot more now than back then.
Really? Yeah. There were a few in mind. Now that you think about it, I think I wasn't on board with regular show at first. Maybe just because I guess it was just first a little weird, and second it was maybe too bro, bro like with its humor.
Yeah.
But I think it grew on me to just give it a try, and I actually don't mind it. Regular show, like, did something a little bit different for its slice of life series. Like, sure, like, the first season and second can get a little annoying with the main characters, but then there is definitely a growth in some point, and you do appreciate the characters more, or you can relate to them very easily. and I even watched, like, the last episode, and it was good. Like, I was pretty pleased with it. I don't know if I would be, like, a huge fan of it, but I do appreciate it being a thing, and I can understand why people love it so much. And also, another show, King of the Hill, was also one I was kind of mixed with, because I didn't mind the writing of the show, but I think it's starting to grow on me as I'm getting older, so I actually don't mind it. But I think I'm not going to be as, like, like, easily like, not quoting that show that much compared to, like, a lot of people are, because I know I met friends and other people who loved King of the Hill, and I'm like, I couldn't get into this show at first. I'm sorry, I can't. But but I think if you just watch it, like, just naturally and see if it's on, that's not bad. Like, it has a different type of humor.
Yeah, mostly likable characters too.
Yeah,
Hank Hill made a brief return in one of the UFC promotions.
Really?
With a drastically different art style, but it was the same voice actor.
Oh, really? Okay, well, I haven't keep up with UFC, but okay.
I haven't either. I actually found out about that while looking up Hank Hill.
Oh, really? It's like our best researcher.
It's a 1.5-minute skit they do with one of their promos.
Yeah.
Hank arguing with someone else. I think it was like a George Bush type person.
Yeah. Oh, wow. But yeah, I guess that might be the shows that I would throw in that I'd say I wasn't on board on first, but tend to appreciate them as I gotten older. So
you mentioned the ending of regular show. That kind of made me choke up a little, actually.
Yeah, I was surprised about a certain character, something that happened to a certain character. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah. Also, they did a passage of time thing, which just makes me also much more aware of mortality.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was really crazy that season where they went to space, and not a lot of people really like that, from what I've heard, but I guess if that was your last season, I guess maybe go on with a bang, I suppose.
I guess going to space is kind of a 90s thing.
Yeah, that show did have a lot of 80s and 90s references, for sure.
You mean like the fact they played a Sega Master System?
Yeah, like older consoles, or like, didn't they have like a keyboard guitar?
Yeah, they also had a power glove they won in a contest.
Yeah, there was that.
And it controlled like garbage, just like the real one.
Yeah. Oh, man. What about shows that you like, but not on board with anymore?
I'm not usually that type of person who turns on a show halfway through.
Okay.
I feel like it has happened before. I just can't think. What about you?
Well, right. I don't even know if I should have brought that up because I can't even think of one.
Usually, I guess when a drastic changing cast happens, it kind of dissuades me.
Yeah, that I understand.
See that 2021 when the captain changed because I think was the voice actor for the original one died.
Oh, no.
But that's grown on me since.
I see.
Yes. Very throwaway response.
I know there was a point where I didn't mind watching Ren and Stimpy. But I guess I can't really watch Ren and Stimpy anymore. I think it's just because, I always was kind of, like, squeamish when it comes to their gross humor. Like, it was hard to watch a few of them. Even Yeah, and also, I guess with the controversies with John Kay, I don't know if I can
Yeah.
really support a show like that
Yeah,
anymore. So.
actually made me think of some. I have like such heavy nostalgia for cartoons like Cow and Chicken and Rocko's Modern Life, but I have trouble watching them now because I didn't notice it as a kid, but watching it now, it's got a lot of dirty humor and gross out stuff.
That's normally the thing, yeah. Well, at least I actually didn't mind. Well, I've been rewatching some Rocko's Modern Life, and I actually still enjoy the show despite some of its edgy humor. So I actually didn't mind it, and they're coming with a TV movie coming soon. So
Yeah, actually, that's a brilliant concept because it ended with them getting lost in space, and now they're coming back and dealing with our current world.
yeah. So it works, and it'll be available on Netflix for some reason. So
maybe
yeah.
it'll be like Hey Arnold the Jungle movie and give proper closure.
Yeah.
But then ultimately lead to people wanting more.
Okay.
Have you watched Hey Arnold the Jungle movie?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I did watch it.
Did you love it, or did you think, this is a thing?
I know I was on board with it. Like, it was, I guess, for what it could do to wrap up, the actual, like, the story that fans wanted to see. I thought it was good.
They revealed Arnold's last name in mostly the same way they planned to.
Yeah, which I thought was funny, to be honest.
Most people guessed it when they gave that hint.
Yeah.
The original script had him signing for a package. They just changed it to him signing his passport.
Yeah. But, yeah, I actually didn't mind that movie. I know it was a TV movie, and they had to do like a smaller budget for it. But at least it was watchable. It did have some flaws for sure. I noticed, when even fans people I've watched reviewers I've watched pointed out some things that felt like, this seems a little forced in the plot, kind of like in this film. But other than that, like it was good.
There were some leftover plots from the Tackies in the Jungle movie. Like they planned to do a spin-off starring a teenage Helga.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Nickelodeon wouldn't take it because it was too dark, and the other show wouldn't take it because it was too similar to Daria or something.
Yeah, I guess bad timing.
One of the plots was, Arnold moved away and Big Bob's Beepers became a cell phone company and Helga's mom's in AA.
Oh.
They did leave in the whole Big Bob's Beepers going out because of cell phones bit.
Yeah. Yep.
It's always been a secret joke. Like, Helga's mom is always all slurred and is never far without a smoothie.
Yeah. I'm surprised they got away with a lot of dark stuff with Harold.
I didn't get it. I thought she was just never slept as a kid.
Yo, really?
Yeah. I didn't know what alcohol was as a kid. Come on.
Well, I think maybe I did. Well, considering that I did watch, shows I shouldn't have watched at a younger age. So I somewhat get it, but I wasn't 100% sure, kind of thing.
And maybe at the age of 10 you pulled a tipsy McBooserton.
Oh, no, not that age. No, that'd be illegal.
Not like that ever stopped anyone.
Okay. Well, maybe we should change the topic.
Yay!
What other stuff did you have in mind?
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Stuff that cartoons you liked and hate, and cartoons you hate and like. So that was what we talked about.
Well, here's an interesting one. Was Ed, Edd n Eddy. I wasn't allowed to watch it as a kid.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
It's one of 2 or 3 shows I remember vividly not being allowed to watch was Ed, Edd n Eddy, Ren and Stimpy, and Captain Planet.
Huh. Captain Planet, really? That's
Okay.
the environmentalistic show, well, sort of, like...
My mother didn't like the idea that it was constantly teaching you that all big businesses were evil.
That's a good point. I could see...
Can't say I'm too upset about not being allowed to watch that, though.
Yeah. Well, interesting you say that, because my folks, they weren't really as, uptight about what cartoons and stuff that I watched as a kid. Probably definitely the closest would definitely be The Simpsons and South Park. So South Park is no brainer. It was like that one show that was targeted for adults, and a mainstream audience heard about it. So my folks weren't on board with it at first, but then I think they let me give it a try. So like I even had to beg and ask if I could watch it. But with Simpsons, my mom was okay with it. My dad wasn't. And he didn't really like the way Homer was portrayed as a father because of the burping. I'm surprised he said that because, I'm shocked that he didn't like Homer because if he probably heard that he strangles Bart Simpson, that probably could have been a whole different story.
Yeah. It's weird with The Simpsons. Like, as a little kid, I was allowed to watch it. Then as time went on, they said no. I guess when the jokes got less and less family friendly. I know why I wasn't allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy, but I'm not too sure about Ed, Edd and Eddy. I think my dad just didn't like the tongue humor and stuff.
Oh, interesting. Well, Ed, Edd and Eddy was... Oh, well, I was a little older when that show came on, but I thought it was okay. Like, I wasn't on board with it, but I can understand people liking it. There's a huge fan base of people liking Ed, Edd and Eddy.
I mean, I like it now. According to the creators, their tongues are those colors because of all the candy they eat.
Yeah, because they were looking for a job. They were, trying to make money for Jawbreakers.
That was the running plot, was they're trying to scam quarters to get Jawbreakers.
Yeah, so it kind of makes sense.
Jawbreakers the size of, twice the size of their heads.
Yeah, which I wouldn't want to do because even I wasn't a big fan of Jawbreakers as a kid. Like, I did question, that thing is going to kill me if I'm not careful.
I don't know, I just wasn't too big on candy.
Yeah.
You couldn't bite it, it just hurt.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, especially when you do, hard candies like that. Even though,
I'm terrible.
I did the candy as a kid, but I guess it depends on what I got. Pixie sticks were probably my jam, even though they were filled with so much sugar and
I think it was
just make you hyper as hell.
I think Pixie Sticks was literally just straight sugar.
Yeah, pretty much that. Even lollipops, I didn't mind those, but the problem was I would bite those things. So that I'm surprised I didn't felt any damage or things from my teeth when doing that.
I'm terrible with hard candy. I always bite it halfway through.
Yeah, so I guess you and me are pretty much on the same thing when it comes to candies.
I don't chew gum at all because I don't like not being able to swallow.
Yeah, I kind of stopped chewing gum for a while.
Did it help you quit smoking?
Well, I never smoked, so thank you.
Yay!
Yeah.
Brownie points.
Yeah. That even now, lately, I've actually been careful with what I'm eating as of late. Even, I know in my, a while back, I was okay, drinking beers and wines. I actually cut that out of my system now. I don't do that. I don't want to drink that stuff anymore, just for my health's sake. So I actually been eating more vegetables as of late, because I kind of noticed I've been kind of gaining weight a little bit, so I'm just being cautious with what I eat, and you can have that once in a while thing where you can have a sweet or something with something that's fatty a bit once in a while, so...
I've gained a lot of weight since I've been out of school.
Oh, really? No,
yeah.
Yeah, I know, if you're comfortable doing that, just give it a shot. It's not easy.
I didn't do it on purpose.
I know. But it's a common thing that happens to a lot of people, so, even myself.
Yeah, you'd probably throw up if you saw me now.
I don't know. I'm not really that type of person that wants to... I don't like judging other people's looks. I'm not that person.
Not at all. Nope,
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about body shaming.
Oh, no.
That's okay. That's the essence of podcast.
Well, it's no, we don't want to, say this as a negative thing. It's good, it doesn't matter what you look like, as long as you're healthy and you know, are okay with it, that's fine. I think that's just the best response I can say.
Yep. Okay. We've cleared our legal obligations.
Yep.
Let's talk about CG. Are you into it?
Oh, like CGI, like in general? I don't know. It depends. What do you mean? Like,
I know you like the animated shows, but do you like it if it's all CG?
It depends.
Reboot?
Well, Reboot was fine, like, for its time, for sure, because it was, like, one of the first shows to have to be presented in CGI.
I have fond memories of the Donkey Kong Country cartoon that was all CGI.
Yeah, I did too. Like, it's cheesy, but, like, you know, I guess they took some things from the Donkey Kong Country games and just did their own thing. So if you see it in that perspective, like, I think it's alright.
There were a few good songs, like Nobody's Hero and the theme song.
Yeah. I think I remember, oh, God,
Cheesecake?
Cheesecake?
Do you remember Cheesecake?
No.
No. Not
Is
hungry, I guess.
Is that in the show, or is
No.
something random?
No, just asking if you think about cheesecake.
I do like cheesecake. So, I'll say that.
There you go, the bridge has been burned.
Why, are you saying because you're the only one that likes cheesecake?
I'm not too fond of sweets.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I'm more of a savory kind of person, so I actually, like, cook more savory meals than sweets. Like, I think, I'm not gonna be that person that will enjoy baking.
Or bacon?
Well, bacon I can cook. Like, it's not that difficult to cook bacon.
But would you enjoy bacon?
Not as, it depends. It depends. I don't really eat a lot of bacon. So, which is good. Because there's a lot of fat in this.
Well, keeping in contact of CG and food. How about veggie?
Yeah.
You heard of Veggie Tales?
Heard of it, yes. Never watched it.
It's actually getting brought back.
Oh, really? Oh, I think I might have heard about that. So.
Here's my question. If the veggies and fruit are people, would eating meat be considered vegan?
I don't know. I'm not going to answer that. I don't know what to say.
Because in the show, they've eaten eggs, cheeseburgers, and bacon and eggs, and a cookie once.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I think. I'm aware that that show existed, but I guess it just wasn't for me. Like,
well, it was a Christian show.
Yeah, well, not just because of that, but I guess just the concept of talking vegetables, and maybe the aesthetic wasn't just my thing. Well, I don't know when the show came out. Like,
it was a direct-to-VHS series for a while, but it did get a TV show where they had to cut out all the God references.
Yeah, I think probably because... Yeah, I think that might have been later from my time, because I don't remember watching that as a kid at all.
It was like the mid-90s, early mid-90s.
Yeah, it must have been older when it happened. So I was like 8, 9. Yeah, it was too old for me. I guess
4 or 5.
Yeah, so you definitely know it for sure.
The animation has gotten a lot better in it.
Yeah.
Less stretchy and more moving.
Yeah. But I've seen clips of it, and you know, it looked like a fine show for.
It's actually really funny. It's just good
Yeah.
songs too.
Yeah, that's what I've also heard as well.
But it's inspired some fan animation you can find on the YouTube.
Yeah, or even like people who talk about it as well. So for them.
But so, anything else in the animation and art world come to mind?
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Time flies.
Yeah, it sure does. And we just kept going on and off topics, to be honest. So, like, it didn't even, like, it didn't felt like a main topic thing about animation and cartoons throughout.
Seems more focused on art in general. Might have to change the title of this.
I mean, you could just say, Arts and Doodles.
Arts and Doodles with Madam Doodle.
Madam Doodle. Good day!
And I had fun. How about you?
Yeah, it was good. I know I kind of trembled with that, so...
Well, before
Okay.
leaving though, would you like to plug your own Instagram or anything else?
Yeah, oh, definitely. You can definitely check me on Instagram, on Loco-Laranja, or find Lauren D. You'll see just what I post on a daily basis. Or try to post on a daily basis. I also have other content on Tumblr, not as I do have a channel there. I do have a webtoon. I do have my comics on Webtoon, so even though I haven't posted much on my 2 webcomics as of late, just due to just just taking things easy at the moment and just other personal things. But if people want to read my Drex and George and Duck Wizard comics, like the old ones, if they got nothing to do or have a lot of free time, you're welcome to check those out. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
Links in the description, unless you downloaded it or listening to it elsewhere, in which case, write down what she just said.
Yeah, do whatever works to find me.
We had a blast on the Fastcast.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, pleasure to have me on, Zindu. It's great to see you after a few years.
Yep. Sorry for the mailbag. The only thing we got is a comment with Hanu offering drawing lessons. I might take you up on that, buddy.
Drawing lessons?
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many.
Drawing lessons from Hanu. Maybe.
Okay.
But if you'd like to, you can comment on the YouTube video or shoot me an email at sendu@emeraldrangers.com. That's CENDOO @emeraldrangers.com. All one word, no uppercase. Good times.
Good times.
Final words?
Have a awesome summer, everybody. Stay healthy and eat some greens.
Say no to acid. There you go. Now we're important. Bye-bye.
Bye.